Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome to my first impressions and reaction video for the Civilization 6 February 2021 update. Again, this is a reaction video. I have not seen anything about this other than the first screen, which shows some dude wrapped up in a blanket with a blue handprint on his face and some leaves in his hair. That's all I know. So, probably something barbarian-ish or something. Well, he does kind of look like a Gaulish dude too, but we've already seen Gaul, so... Well, let's jump right into the video and see what we've got to offer. Before I begin, please, if you like this type of video and want to see more of these, please like the video, subscribe, comment below, tell me what you think about the civilization, about what I'm doing. And continue to support the channel. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Trample the weak, hurdle the dead, and crush the gods of those that stand against you, because this is the Barbarian update video.
Actually, this is the developer video for the free February game update in Sid Meier's Civilization 6.
Sid Meier's Civilization.
Nonsense! I shall feast upon your bones!
He does this every day.
This video is going to discuss the new Barbarian Clans game mode, the leader selection pool, and some of the balance changes and AI tweaks that will be coming to you for free later this month.
All right, so we definitely are going to see Barbarians, which, like I said, he did look kind of barbarish or whatever, barbaric. But I didn't realize it was going to be a game mode, so that's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be fun. I like Barbarians. No, I don't like Barbarians. Who likes Barbarians? Nobody likes Barbarians. They're pain. But that's okay. I think a new game mode could be fun with them, actually.
So fill a tankard with the blood of your enemies, mount up on your fastest horse, and hold on tight, because the Barbarians are getting their revenge. And this time, they're bringing war cards.
Three of the most exciting things about the new Barbarian Clans game mode are that it's awesome, obviously, it's free, and everybody gets it. Even if you only have the base game and none of the expansions or DLCs, or if you have it all, you will have access to this new optional game mode that offers a complete reimagining of Civilization 6 Barbarians.
The Barbarian Clans mode was directly inspired by some of the suggestions our scouts found among the thorny grasses of your social media posts. A lot of you have been wanting to see some changes to the standard kill or be killed interactions with Barbarians in Civ 6. We agree there was a lot of untapped potential there. This mode introduces 6 Barbarian clans, allows clans to convert into city-states, and gives you all new ways to interact with them. For starters, different clans can be found living on or near different map conditions. You'll find the Camps of the Hills clan near hills, and the Rover clan near horses resources.
All right, so we already heard about war carts. I mean, Barbarians, especially on deity difficulty, are already scary enough. War carts just sounds terrifying, I'll be honest. But this whole idea that the Barbarians can, I guess, develop into city-states, I kind of like that. I think that is actually pretty cool. Honestly, this definitely sounds like a game mode that would be fun just to play vanilla, but with a little extra. I mean, you know, because the idea that the Barbarians can develop and be a little bit stronger, stuff like that, would definitely make the deity game a little bit tougher. Actually, probably quite a bit tougher. But also, again, like I said, they develop into city-states, and you can groom a relationship with them. It gives you some more opportunities that way as well. So, we'll see. We'll see.
To make combat with Barbarians even more interesting, clans can also claim and build unique units from major civilizations that are not present in that game.
Clans accumulate progress every turn toward conversion into a city-state, because sometimes even barbarians want to enjoy the creature comforts of civilization. Depending on how you interact with clans you encounter, you can either add or subtract to their progress towards a life of leisure.
Dispersing a clan will wipe it off the face of the map, as you're used to. However, choosing to raid a clan will not destroy it. Instead, you'll earn some gold and knock down some of that clan's progress towards city-state conversion. You can stop a clan from attacking your cities by paying a modest protection fee in the form of a bribe. You can also hire a clan and add its strongest unit to your army. Exchanging coin in these civilized encounters will boost the clan's progress towards conversion. Or spend your gold to incite them and pay them to attack someone else, while you deny all culpability. lest you start getting too comfortable around your barbarous allies and they abduct one of your civilian units, you also have the option to pay a ransom in order to get that unit back if a combat rescue isn't in the cards.
Okay, no, that's pretty cool. I mean, the whole idea of being able to kind of give them gold or whatever to encourage their growth or raid them and keep them around but discourage their growth, just keep them as a barbarian. That's kind of a cool kind of give and take. I also like the idea of giving them money for one of their strongest units, which does obviously sounds like they're going to have unique units within the context of they're going to have a unique unit from an actual civilization, but you're going to be able to have access to some of the other civilizations' unique units by way of the barbarians, which is pretty interesting to think of. And then I also like the idea of buying back, ransoming back your workers. I think that feels pretty good because, you know, it's a lot better to ransom back that worker or that settler, I'm assuming, if that's the case, versus having to build a whole new one. It's still unfortunate. You still want to protect your builders and you protect your settlers, but at least you have a way to get them back, which does feel fairly, on the face of it, feels fairly balanced. We won't know for sure until we get into the game, but it does feel fairly balanced to have to spend a little bit of gold. I'm assuming you're not going to have to spend as much gold as you would have to buy a brand new one, because that would be ridiculous. But if it was like half the gold or something like that, then it's probably worth it at that point. Again, still protect your stuff, but in the case that something just happens and you do lose something, which does happen from time to time, having to spend a little bit of gold to get it back is a pretty good idea.
Overall, the Barbarian Clans mode will offer even more strategic possibilities as you make your way through the game. You can still treat barbarians like the empty-headed gold piñatas you're used to, or you can try a more nuanced approach, learn to live together, and maybe, eventually, become their suzerain.
The free February game update also introduces another new feature that we've seen 1 or 2 requests for. Ever since we launched the Natural Wonder Picker and then the City-State Picker, there's been a lot of conversation about a similar picker, but for opposing civilizations. We have answered your calls and are proud to introduce the Leader Selection Pool. That's right,
Okay.
you will now be able to customize the pool of leaders that can be used in a game. If you find Trajan to be too big of a bully, you can eliminate him from your selection pool, and he will be guaranteed not to appear in your game. Similarly, if there's a leader you've never played against and want to see how you measure up, you can make sure they're one of the only leaders available, guaranteeing them a spot on your map. The leader selection pool can even be used in multiplayer mode to restrict the leaders other players can choose.
Also included in the free February game update are some additional tweaks to the AI. For inspiration here, we not only looked to your comments on social media, but also looked up into the sky. The bulk of our AI changes involve air units and air combat. AI opponents will now be much more likely to utilize anti-air defenses, as well as much more likely to launch airstrikes of their own. This should add another level of late game challenge to anyone who's looking for it and prevent the AI from being completely bombarded.
We've also made a few balance changes. While some of these
All right, let me pause for a second. Speaking of the civilization picker, I think that's a great idea. I mean, there's no reason not to have something like that. Let's say you wanted to just target, let's have only the science civilizations. I mean, I don't care which science civilization, but let's target some of the ones that are strongest in science, bring those into the game, or culture, or things like that. So you can have I still think a lot of the times I'll still just play completely random because I like the challenge that comes with just complete random, whatever goes. But the idea that, I want to go for a culture game, and I don't want to just get beat by some strong-powered science civilization. I want to go up against other strong culture people, see if I can be the best amongst them. I think that's a pretty cool idea. Obviously, also the idea of knocking off a few civilizations that you don't want to play against, things like that. So I think it's a strong idea. I can also see the strength in multiplayer. I don't play multiplayer hardly at all, like maybe once or twice. But I could definitely see that strength in the multiplayer where you can kind of ban certain civilizations from people being able to pick that are maybe considered too strong in multiplayer and stuff like that. So I think that's a really cool idea as well. As far as the second part, what they just went into, air units and anti-air from AI in late game definitely needed an overhaul, definitely needed a boost. Once the player gets air units, it's very much easy mode at that point. You can just steamroll over anybody. I think the fact that they can have some air units of their own or anti-aircraft units to defend themselves is going to make that quite a bit more challenging. Honestly, significantly more challenging. Just a couple anti-air units can really change the strength of the player's air attack pretty significantly. So if they start being a little bit smarter around that, you can definitely make that late game push bit more of a challenge, although you may have to go back to a little bit more of the standard artillery push. Although if you're pushing with artillery and they have air units to come at you, well, then they have a little bit of an advantage to kind of sneak in there, go behind your lines, attack some of your artillery, nuke them down, or not nuke them down, bombard them down. So you'll have to have your own air unit. So I think it's a good balance there, and I'm hopefully it works the way they're saying it's going to work.
Affect only Rise and Fall or Gathering Storm expansion content, most of the changes are for all rule sets. For example, we've shifted around some policy slots available to certain governments to more accurately reflect the way those governments would run in reality, and to better align the playstyles you might anticipate when you select them. We've also rebalanced some natural wonders and made some text clarifications and natural wonder descriptions. As an example, we've added a campus adjacency bonus to the Great Barrier Reef, as a nod to the invaluable marine biology research performed there in real life. Another wonder who's...
I feel like the Great Barrier Reef is one that I've had trouble getting close enough to land to actually get an adjacency bonus of any sort. It always feels like, I mean, maybe I just only had, I think I've only had it once in a game, so maybe it was just a really bad example. But if they have a way where it's like has to be next to some land, and maybe it does, and I just misremembering, maybe it's a different water-based wonder that I'm thinking of. I thought it was the Great Barrier Reef though, that was like just a tile off coast, and I couldn't get anything next to it. So hopefully that's something that they've either fixed, or maybe it was just bad luck on my part at that one point.
Changes some of you might be interested in? The Cliffs of Dover. The cliffs will now provide 3 gold, 3 culture, and 2 food.
One more word about the Cliffs of Dover, and I will cut out your tongue with my dullest blade.
So there it is, folks, all the important beats from our free February game update, headlined by the optional new game mode Barbarian Clans and the leader selection pool to customize the civs that can appear in your game. Expect the update on February 26th, and don't forget to tune back in when we hit April to learn about the final free game update of the season.
Civ fans, you are the best fans in gaming. Thank you all for watching, and we hope you enjoy taking one more turn, or depending on how many Barbarian clans you intend to raid,
One more burn.
All right. Okay. I mean, this is looking pretty good. I mean, it's a free update. It's a free update for everybody that has the game. Let me go ahead and get this bigger camera here. It's a free update for everybody. It's a so that's always good. I mean, you can't go wrong with free stuff, right? I mean, relatively free stuff. But I like it. I think the Barbarian thing is honestly, in a lot of ways, of all of the game modes that they've announced so far, it's probably the one I'm trying to think through them all. We've got the Apocalypse, we've got the secret societies, we've got the mix up of the science and tech, the tech tree and stuff. We've got, what else we have? All the other ones that we have. We got the heroes and things like that. This is the one so far that feels like it could have just been base game. Like if they made the game and this is how Barbarians worked, I think we would have probably come to accept that by now, and it would have just been, okay, that's the way Barbarians work. I've seen other games. It's actually reminding me of Endless Space, at least definitely the second one, Endless Space 2, where if you come across a minor civilization, it kind of functions like this. You can contribute money to them, and they kind of develop into a kind of more of a something. I think eventually they can join your civilization, which I didn't see here, where if you groom them up, they could join you as a city. But the idea that they can become a city state, kind of be full fledged, and you can be a suzerain over them, stuff like that, is kind of appealing. So I think that game mode definitely feels like the kind of one that it could have just been base game. That's just the way Barbarians work. So I like it a lot. I think it's going to be good. It's going to definitely make Barbarians more interactive, more fun to play with. Possibly more challenging, especially if they get some of these unique units and war carts. Ugh, that's just scary to think about. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about the changes and the things that are coming with this free game pack. You got any ideas? Anything I missed that I didn't catch while everything was going by? So I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.